Merry Christmas, everybody. Just gone 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
For the first time ever, we are being beamed into your homes, even if you don't want us to be. So happy Christmas. Of all the people, Susanna, that I would least like to spend the morning with on Christmas Day, you're top of the Christmas tree.
Yes,
you're the little fairy at the top.
Thank you very
with
much
the
indeed.
damaged halo.
Thank you.
You're all the things that
That make
are wrong
Christmas
about
special.
Christmas. Yeah.
Well, look, I dressed up for Christmas. I'm fully sparkle. Is that a Christmas present that you decided to wear this morning?
I always wear a silly jumper on Christmas, and I've worn one here with penguins to reflect the fact that I often identify as a two-spirit penguin, as you know.
Can we not have a Christmas amnesty on that particular debate? How is that jumper fitting for you, by the way?
Little tight. In fact, so tight they had to physically slash the back of the jumper. I'm not going to show you yet.
No.
Might do later when the mulled wine starts to kick in. But
The full reveal.
It was to say it wasn't quite big enough. So Debbie Dresses, we call her, who normally works on
Head
dresses,
of wardrobe.
had to come to me with a large pair of secateurs and just basically go. And so it sort of, loosened things up a bit.
Yes, and I have put on, let's say, quite a few pounds in lockdown and over the year, because apparently this dress wasn't tight enough.
Yeah.
So it is, it is quite clingy.
Anyway, we don't really look remotely compatible, which is probably appropriate given your efforts to make sure we're not remotely compatible.
We have stuffed ourselves into these outfits, and we have a festive show stuffed full of great guests, inspirational stories, and of course, lots of fantastic Christmas music.
It's actually going to be a lot of fun.
It is.
So here's what we're unwrapping for you over the next 2 hours. We have a packed show coming up to help you celebrate Christmas morning. We're going to kick off with a bang. Our first guest is none other than the fabulous Catherine Jenkins.
You always channel the spirit of Christmas, Catherine Jenkins.
Pipes later.
And we'll also have music all morning from the brilliant London Community Gospel Choir, who are at St Martin in the Fields in London. Let's have a listen.
Out the programme today, playing a lot of your favourites, so stick with us. It's going to be a fun, uplifting show, like the normal ones we do, without any of my moaning or ranting. And it might be the occasional one, but I think it's something to moan about.
We've already had a rant this morning, Piers. It's
What
false
about?
advertising about penguins.
I didn't rant about it, so I'm identifying as a penguin. You were the one that got all hot on the collar about it. Is this jumper as ridiculous as it feels, by the way?
No, it looks really sophisticated. it's really elegant.
GQ Men of the Year.
Yeah.
You don't get one of those without being Mr. Stylish.
And let me tell you, when he tried to wear that on the cover shoot, it was roundly refused.
Yeah, they said they'd actually take the award away.
2020 has been a very eventful year. It's been completely dominated, of course, by coronavirus.
But even in the very dark times that we've had to endure this year, there have been rays of light that have shone through. Let's take a look back at the year. Hero this year, but he always had this mantra, tomorrow will be a good day. It got him through the Second World War. And we've got to a place where we've got the fastest vaccinations that have ever been created in the history of science, which is about as good as tomorrow could be. And then we just got to hope and pray that the vaccines work as well as we're led to believe they will. They'll get rolled out as well as we hope they will be. And that in a few months' time, this will all be like a bad dream.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, we talk about our heroes of the year, and those vaccine scientists, the researchers, the volunteers who have enabled us to be able to look forward to next year with some optimism.
And all the health and care workers who have been risking their lives to work in COVID, dangerous COVID places, in care homes where there was an epidemic of COVID. Carers going in every day, knowing that some of their colleagues were dying. Hospitals, the doctors, the nurses, and the porters.
My heart goes out to anybody who's had a relative in a care home who they haven't been able to see, who they haven't been able to hug, haven't been able to hold their hand. I hope that you can be reunited either today or over this period, because it's been an incredibly tough time.
And of course, to all those who've lost loved ones this year, or whose loved ones are seriously ill from the virus, we're thinking particularly of our colleague Kate, of course, who won't be with Derek this Christmas.